Your secrets, if you really look at yourself, you would be speechless. What happened to being doctors and teachers? What happened to being your brother's keeper? Nowadays kids more worried about the...
Hey guys, Jeffries here and welcome to... That's right guys, we are back in the North City. Welcome back to Cities in Motion 2. Welcome to episode 180. Can you believe it? It's been over 2 years in the making, but we have reached episode 180, and that is just an incredible feat. I can't think of any YouTube series that I've watched in the past that has reached 180 episodes, so I feel this is a big personal achievement, but maybe even an achievement in terms of YouTube, really. Although, as I say, I don't watch many YouTubers at the moment, so if anyone out there knows of anyone who's had more, then please feel free to let me know, and I'll tell them to stop it. But yes, we have reached episode 180, and you might notice in the North City there's a big gap here where the water boats used to be, the water buses. They have been taken away. I didn't like them. They weren't particularly profitable. Where are we? Over here. They were losing me lots of money, so I've gotten rid of them. Although apparently we've still got stuff being used, although I don't know how, because I got rid of all the stops and vehicles. So I don't really know why that money's going. Maybe it's because it hasn't updated yet. That could be the reason. But yeah, we are here. We are here, we are here, we are here. And I remember saying in the last episode that I was thinking of, well, first of all, reprofiling the track over here, which I haven't done. So let's start off by doing that, shall we? And then I'll talk to you about something else which I want to do in today's episode. Or something that I want to start doing in today's episode, because I imagine it's going to take quite a long time to actually finish. It's a big project that I've got in mind. So let's actually start this. I'm thinking the big project that I want to do today is something that I did mention in the last episode, but in the take that didn't save because my computer crashed. So I will probably have to re-say what that is in just a short second once I've finished doing this. In fact, I can tell you what it is whilst I'm doing this. I am going to redesign the stops of Gloucester Gardens. Now, before you all start panicking and thinking that I'm destroying a cultural treasure, I'm not. I'm not going to completely get rid of Gloucester Gardens at all. In fact, if anything, I'm going to leave it exactly how it is, just make some subtle improvements, i.e. let's just make sure that this is going where I want it to go. There we go. Yeah, basically, the infrastructure, like the roads and all of that, is going to remain exactly the same as it is now. What's going to change is the way the stops are done. So when I did the last rebuild of Gloucester Gardens, what I did was change the last stop of each line so that they had a common exit platform, as it were. I'm going to change that now so that they're still going to have a common exit platform, but it's going to be different. It's going to be a different platform to the one that's currently being used. Reason being, well, simple reason being, it makes it easier for people to use the stop. It'll make it more central, more... Oh my god, that looks horrendous. I'm struggling to actually build this whilst talking about it. So you'll have to bear with me if I start saying random stuff. But yes, Gloucester Gardens, that's what I'm talking about, Gloucester Gardens. Yeah, what it enables me to do, for the third time, for me, if I was a commuter going through Gloucester Gardens, I would be incredibly frustrated at just how densely compacted everything is in one go, and it just doesn't look very nice, basically. The actual road layout itself is fine. When you're walking around the pedestrianised section, it's a bit daunting, let's say, to try and work your way around it. especially when you're getting off vehicles. Basically, I just want to change the way that vehicles use the existing infrastructure. I think that's the simplest way I can put it. I don't want to rebuild any roads or anything like that. There's going to be a couple of subtle changes, very, very subtle changes, which most people might not even notice. But apart from that, it's going to stay pretty much exactly the same as it is already. As I say, I don't want to change too much, because really Gloucester Gardens is my pride and joy. It is the best thing I've ever built on this game. It looks like a mess, but when you actually look around it, everything is I think the term I'm looking for is organised chaos. It looks horrendous, but in actual fact it works brilliantly. So yes, I want to keep it as it is, just make a couple of small tweaks and improvements to ensure that in the future it remains a key part of the city, because actually Gloucester Gardens is still not finished. There's still a heck of a lot of work that needs doing, making sure that it is up to scratch. I've just decided actually that I don't like this station being here anymore. I'm going to move it. So that means almost a total rebuild of these two lines. This is turning into a bigger project than I wanted it to be, but I would say it is worth it in the long run. Right, so I want to move this station to over here somewhere. So I'm just going to have this cut straight through, sort of like that, and then connect up again. Up here somewhere, like that. And then get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Yes, Gloucester Gardens isn't finished. There's a heck of a lot more that I can do to it, just to make it better, really. I'm not saying it's bad, because believe me, as I say, it's my pride and joy. But it could do with new lines being added. Like the monorail was the latest in a big rebuild almost for the entire area. Rejuvenation, I think is a good word for it. Rejuvenation. Just spicing it up again. It's been like it has been for a long time, and things when they stay the same do start to get a bit stale. So this is basically livening it up again and making sure it's still just fresh and good to use and easy to get around, etc. And I'm digging myself a really deep hole trying to build this and explain at the same time. I do apologise, guys. I used to be able to talk and do things at the same time. That talent seems to have evaded me over the last few years. You'll have to bear with me if I'm speaking absolute garbage. I mean to say really intelligent things. It's just unfortunately the words don't always come out that way. I've built this in the wrong place. Actually, that's not a problem, because I can just dip this. Let's see. Basically have it how I had it, but go up to. Can I go through that gap? I don't think I can. Maybe if I did that. That looks like I can squeeze through, and then sharp curve, and like that. And I got rid of all the buildings I was trying to avoid getting rid of. Fantastic. Okay, well, that's fine. This return track is easier at least. Sort of. Up to here, over there like that, down to there, and connect like so. Now that looks nicer. It's still a bit higgledy-piggledy and tracks everywhere, but overall, that looks so much better. This is controlled chaos. There's nothing disorganized about it at all. Now we can go and rebuild the lines. So let me just do that really quickly. Doing everything live today. Time lapses. I think I'm going to stick to Saturdays for time lapses. They seem to be just better in almost every way. So might as well stick with a working formula, you know. Right. Gloucester Gardens. I always forget, like, you look at the map like that, you'd think Gloucester Gardens would be easy to find, but I always lose it. Even though I know now it's there. That's Gloucester Gardens there. Cologne Square is over there. Even Sanctuary Park I'm starting to lose now. Even though it's... I remember saying, I think this made the cut on Saturday, about Sanctuary Park being called Sanctuary Park because it's quite secluded from the rest of the city. At least it was at the time that I called it Sanctuary Park, whereas now it's kind of in the middle of a brand new suburb. So it's lost what made it have its name. But as with most cities, a lot of parts of the cities have lost what gave it its name, like Fleet Street in London. The Fleet River doesn't run anywhere near Fleet Street anymore, and if it does, it runs in a deep tunnel underneath. I should have checked my history book before saying that, actually. I believe it does still run close to Fleet Street, but not... basically, the Fleet River used to be a river like the Thames, although a lot smaller in scale, but it used to run above... well, not above ground level. What am I saying? It used to run at ground level, whereas they redirected it underground when London expanded. So now the Fleet River is actually an underground river. Most people don't even know it exists. But that's where Fleet Street got its name from, even though the river itself isn't there anymore. And it's kind of the same for this. Sanctuary Park used to be the sanctuary of the city, the quiet place where you could go, sit and relax, whereas now it's part of a busy, bustling suburb, and therefore doesn't apply anymore. But we're going to keep the name because it's a nice name. Once again, I appreciate viewer feedback. I've had some requests actually since Saturday's video of new lines to build and new ideas to have. One suggestion was for a coastal railway, which I'm trying to remember the name that was suggested. I think it was called Coast Link or something like that. Let me just check, because I liked the idea. It's definitely something that I could see myself doing. Whether it will be a metro line or a tram line, I don't yet know. But where are we? Coastliner, that was the one. Coastliner, that's an idea from Ben. I don't want to mispronounce your surname. I'm assuming it's French, but Desroches or Desrocha. I assume it's the French pronunciation. But anyway, Ben suggests a single line surface train, clockwise or anti-clockwise, along the coast, maybe called the Coastliner. I do think that could work, actually, and I have a particular place where I think that would work best. I also had a suggestion to build a tramway across this new avenue, and the reason this avenue exists is because a tramway shall be built. And it's in fact going to utilise pretty much all of this existing avenue that I've built in previous episodes. Some on camera, some off camera. But the reason the avenue is here is because a tramway will eventually run down it. So yes, that is two ideas. Those are two ideas which are definitely making the cut, and will be built over the next few episodes, although I can't put an exact date and time on, because as I say, we're going to be starting the Gloucester Gardens project in today's episode. I cannot guarantee that we will finish it in today's episode, because I'd like to try and keep these episodes a little bit shorter, maybe a bit more controlled is what I'm looking for, really. Not so much just sort of make them shorter in general, but just to try and make them more of a like an average length, so somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes, that kind of thing. Just so there's a little bit more of a routine and a schedule to it, rather than just one week it's 10 minutes, the next week it's 50. It sounds a little bit inconsistent, so I'd like to try and sort of bring it together again. Right, we got some rebuilding work to do, guys, and I'm going to try and do this live. Don't want to do time lapses today, and it means I can talk through what I'm doing as I'm doing it, so it shouldn't be as big a shock. First thing to do is to go through and delete all of these existing tram lines. Get rid of the lot, because we are starting blank canvas, people. We are starting totally from scratch in terms of the tram lines. We are going to keep the existing infrastructure. I've already said this. We're not going to change the infrastructure. Gloucester Gardens, all the flyovers, all the dive unders, they're pretty much going to stay the same. I'm going to make one big structural change in the next couple of seconds once I've finished getting rid of all of these. One big structural change, and then the rest of it pretty much is as before. So don't need to worry too much about that. Right, the one big structural change is, drumroll please, Actually, do I need to... No, I don't need to get rid of that. I'm going to rebuild this station here and this station here. And I'm calling them stations, but really they're stops. They're not stations at all. Hopefully this works. I'm starting to think this one might not work because of the slope of the land. In fact, that is a big ask. That is a big ask. And I haven't got room to go underneath. Basically what I wanted to do, I could do it on this side. I should be able to do it on this side. Hopefully the monorail track doesn't get in the way. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. But that looks a little bit ugly. So I'm going to get rid of this one as well. And I'm try my hardest to do something with... Actually, I'm going to put that back how it was. And I apologise to all the inconvenience I've just caused to the lovely people of Gloucester Gardens, who are now wondering what on earth has just happened. Some big hole has just been torn in where they're standing. So see, that's number 1. So this one should be number 2. Yep. So that's, in fact, what number is that one? 7. So this is Gloucester G6. It's crucial to keep the naming the same. Again, consistency. Consistency throughout. Okay, new plan. Can I build a slope like I can? Look at that. It's going to be a bit iffy with me there, but if I can do that and then straighten it there and then build that across to... It was on this side, wasn't it? There. Like that. That's a pretty decent looking unloading section. If I just now... I'm tempted to leave this as it is. And if I just build that as a straight line like so, and then I've got to slope this down again. So it was like that, and then it was like that, and then, oh god, where's my target? Under there. That is basically how I play this game now, is I look for my target, and then I try and pick it up. There we go. I think that's actually looking better than it did before, which is good. It's always a good thing when that happens. Okay, so we have a new arrivals road here, which means I can take out this arrivals road here. So actually that one should be 2-track, like so, which means this can be taken away and replaced with an under one again. So that's a new loading section that we've got again, which is good as well. That's always a good thing. That also means that I can rebuild these tracks here. Heavy reworking going on here, but should all be worth it. That's the point of this now. It's just efficiency. It's all about efficiency. It's just trying to make this as good as possible. That's the basic gist of it now. I do a lot of watching, seeing how vehicles go basically around these parts of the city, and there's always improvements that are needed. Always improvements. I'm going to replace that. And so these episodes give me a really good chance to make these required improvements. Yeah, I'm just happy to be back, really, making these videos and doing rebuilding on the city, because I've been sat 3 weeks that I haven't been making videos. I've been sat looking at this, almost moping, sort of wondering how long it was going to be before I'd be able to start recording again. And as you can tell by the fact that I'm all over the place, it has been a while since I last sat down and recorded. Saturday's episode, even that one was a bit of a hit and miss because things went wrong. You know, my computer kept crashing, game kept crashing. Just things weren't behaving as they were supposed to. And it got very, very frustrating. But now I'm happy to say that, for now at least, touch wood, tap my desk, touch wood, things seem to be working at the moment. So, all should be well, basically. All should be well. Right, so that's that rebuilt. So basically, all of these stops here now are loading. We've got the new unloading here. We've got these. We've got this unloading here, which again, I think I'm going to change. And build a new unloading area, which is probably going something. I need to branch it off somewhere, but I don't know where. Because I haven't got the luxury like I have here to be able to do that, for example. I haven't got anything that lets me do that on this side, which makes me think that that will still be the unloading one. And actually, the slope of the land works very, very nicely in my favour there. So that I can't complain too much about. The other one that I want to change is this outside section here. I could, in theory, just convert this stop here into the unloading. That seems like a good idea for me, actually, because it's pretty central. It's right above the metro station. It's not too far away from the monorail station. In fact, I think you'll find that the shelter is served by the monorail station. I can't see the circle size right now, but I imagine that is the case. So yeah, I think that's pretty good, actually. Need to redo that piece of track as well. Like so. And if I do the same on this side, so if I have this as unloading as well as this one. No, I can't do that. That one has to be loading. That's fine. But these two unloading. In fact, this could be the unloading for all of these sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 12 different lines could terminate at this raised stop here. That's a possibility as well. I need to put the stop in anyway, otherwise no one's going anywhere. So let's put it. No, I don't want to put it there. I'd rather not put it on the slope if I'm 100% honest with you. If I put it there, I should have room for a tram to pull up to the junction here. In fact, that doesn't even matter. Why am I fussing about that? It really doesn't matter. So I will put it on the slope. Because there's no trams are going to stop here, because they can run straight out and down. Unless there's people crossing, of course, in which case they're just a massive pain and don't deserve to be in my city. Here, I kind of want to change this pedestrian bit here into a ramp that comes down from there. Just so that these pedestrians here, even though they can walk around this way, I suppose. Alright, I'll leave it as it is. I'm trying to do too much. I think that's my problem right now, is I'm trying to make too many changes. Luckily, the trolley section should be completely unaffected by this rebuild, actually, which is good. So another reason why I like having them separated like that is so that there's no major interferences going on. We also seem to have a huge floating section of road here, with a major junction built on top. But then, I think I mentioned this before, this stop here almost counts as a bracket which holds that up, so that should be fine. I'm wasting far too much time talking about things that really aren't that important. Okay. So, what to do now? Do I carry on doing infrastructure rebuilds, or do I go straight gun-ho in and start planning out routes again? I do like the idea of all of these being loading points now. That's cool. So that's routes 1 to 12 taken care of. The unloading here. Now that could be an issue unless... In fact, I think I looked at this before. If I make this 3-track, then traffic lights get created at one of these junctions. Let's try. Let's save the game, because if it doesn't work, I know that this tunnel here is an absolute nightmare to build. So it's easier just to reload the game if it doesn't work. In fact, a lot of these tunnels, I've learned from trying to make changes off camera that 99% of these tunnels you can only build once. If you try and build it again, it will never work. I mean, look at this. Even this one here, I'm starting to have trouble with it. Including accidentally building that when I didn't want to. The problem is the city auto station. The actual, like, you can see there, it cuts in to that bit of the city auto station. So I could build it like, so where is it? There. And then it has to curve around like that. Now I might be able to get it to come up. Ah, see? Doesn't work. If I do that, then it might come up. Nope, doesn't work. Maybe like that. Nope, doesn't work. See, it's just horrible. This is absolutely horrendous, trying to build this. In fact, does it go down 3? Or have I made that up? 1, 2, 3. Aha! That might be why it wasn't working. Nope, not there. Oh, hang on. Nearly, nearly, nearly. Nearly. There. Not enough space. That's got to be a joke. How far off am I? Like, where's the problem? It must be... Yeah, there it works. There it works fine. So, let's see, if I do that, then I can do that. That won't work, because that's, yeah, too steep. But there works. And then that looks too steep. There! It worked. Fantastic. Okay. So now, what I can do is, that goes into that lane, which then goes into that lane and that lane. That goes into... Oh wait, I've just found another problem with this. Hang on. Damn. Oh, damn. I can fix this. I know I can fix this. It's just, how do I fix this? Because this is loading. So all of these are going to be empty trams running down here. And then this is unloading. So full trams are going to be running into there. And I kind of want to make it without crossovers. Let's see. Okay, hang on. I can do this. I can do this. So that goes like that and then like that. This goes to there and to there. And that looks just bloody awful. Need to rebuild that. And I also need to rebuild... Yeah, this isn't going to work like this. That needs to be 4-track because of the way this works. That can't... That has to be like that because of the way that works. Okay, so that goes there and then that goes there. That's fine. Not got a problem with that. What I need to do is do it so that that goes to there and that one also goes to there. This is now a pathway which is just going to go straight across like so. That again looks absolutely horrendous, so I might replace this with 2-track again. And I know that's really annoying because I've just spent ages rebuilding it as 3-track, but on the whole, I think this is supposed to be easier to build for a start. There we go. And also easier just to do in general. So that needs to go there. Fine. That works. And then that comes out there, and then that one goes there. This one... Oh wait, I'm doing this wrong again. Damn it. Okay, hang on. Hang on. I think I can do this. If I get rid of some of these underground pathways, like that one. If I can get rid of that one, I can do this. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. So let's do that. Let's get rid of that one. And hear all the screams of the citizens as they realise that their favourite route is now got... Oh, hang on. No, that's not going to work. Come on. See, there's part of me that's just really tempted to do an entire rebuild of the entire of Gloucester Gardens underground. So the entire City Auto network rebuild. But it works. And while it works, I don't want to change anything. It's just trying to thread these lines through becomes really, really stressful at times. But there's nothing I can do about it, really, in all honesty, because, you know, as I said, it works. And that's what makes it really frustrating, is the fact that it does work. What I basically want to do is take all these arrival lines here, dive them under or climb them over and connect them up over here, or at least onto this section here. But that just doesn't look like it's going to work, so I think I am going to have to do a flat crossing, basically. And I'm not proud of myself for doing this, but it looks like it's the only way. So that's going to go there, that's also going to go there. In fact, no. What does this look like if I do that to that? Absolutely horrific. Actually, this gives me a good opportunity to reconvert these into single track, like so. And then this one stays a single track. It could have a problem here. We've got 3 tracks converging into one single track. Hopefully that's not too much of an issue. It does mean that we can tidy up some of these junctions that little bit more. But basically, yeah, that crosses over like that, and then that one joins up there like that. This one then comes across like this, connects up to this one like... Let's make this 3-track again. Let's see how bad this looks as 3-track. So it was like that, and then like that, and then I think this just came out. Yeah. So that works fine, like that. The question is, what does it look like at this end? So I want that in that lane, and as you can see, that looks just diabolical. And I don't think I can curve it. Don't think I can because of that up and over and under and down there. Unless I turn that into a full-on flyover, which I am very tempted to do. In fact, yes. Let's do that. Pause this. In fact, no need to pause it because it is not got any vehicles running on it at the moment. We're going to delete that. That's done. That's gone. I could, I think, make this even easier for me to build. Let's get rid of that. Metro track from here. So that goes under like that. We'll rise it up to 2 underground. We'll then go here like this. No, let's do 3 underground, just so it definitely fits. Now, where am I wanting this to come out? Under there. So like that, and then like that. That sort of works, actually. That to there, that to there. Not prettiest, but functional. And just by doing that, I've now opened this huge gap here, which I can use to my advantage. So like that, swing it round, and oh, that looks so much better. Even these junctions now look better. Still got a horrible looking S-bend there. That happens. I can change that in a second, actually, thinking about it, because as I say, we've now got this huge open gap, which means I can just draw a pathway out. Can I? I thought I could, maybe not. Might need to work on that. In fact, I can work on that. I can just do something. Maybe I could just do this. Oh, even that has a ugly looking S-bend. In fact, that's an even uglier looking S-bend. Maybe if I just make this 2-lane again. And then I can put it in... Nope, because there's an ugly S-bend. Oh my goodness, guys. This is really quite something. In fact... I think I can reprofile most of this now. To... In fact, I might be able to take out the... Let's have a look and see if I can redesign most of this now. Because one of the problems was getting this over. But I think if I'm clever, I can build like a spiral system like this, which is going to go up and over. Does that work? Does it go up and over? It's a bit steep there. I can lower that though. And that should... Which, yeah. Doesn't really want to play ball with me at the moment. That's just... Yeah, the best way to go is underground, but I've really sort of painted myself into a corner with this. Just because of the way that this city auto station has been built. It's proving difficult, guys. It's proving difficult. But this one here has to end up here. Somehow. In an ideal world, it needs to be like a straight line like that. Connected like so. That's my target point. That's where this unloading station is going to be. So anything I can build to get that there is good, basically. The other alternative is I build it curved round. So then gee, that might not be a bad idea. That might not be a bad idea at all. If I take that out, if I take that out, and if I take that out. Let's see if I can get this up by 2. Maybe 3. 3's good. If I can get that up by 3. And then from here, get that up by that. And then from over here... where did it come from? There. If I can get this up by that as well. Preferably without... So this is not enough space. The slope of the road is too steep. Wait, that worked just now. Why is it now not working? There we go. Oh. Okay. So it works there, but nowhere else. Oh, that works. Okay. Now can I thread a needle? Doesn't look likely. This monorail track is getting in the way slightly. Kind of need to rise it up quicker. So let's go into our good old friend pause. We basically want that to do something like that, just really quickly. That to do something similar, just like that. All the buildings that I'm currently removing to do this will come back. That's a guarantee. So I shouldn't worry too much about that. Need to get rid of that station. Sorry, not station. That bit of track there and that bit of track there. We now need to do something crazy over here. Let's just do that. So I can get rid of that piece of track. Then I'll get rid of that piece of track again. Right. So that's on a slope down at the moment, but I need to get it on a slope up again. So I just need to see where I want this to end up, because I need to get this here through, and yeah, you get the idea. It needs to go underneath the monorail track but above everything else. So that kind of height is, I believe, what I want. What height is that? There we go. And then I should be able to get this from there to there. Yep. Cool. Looks sort of okay. I'll pretend that it doesn't look absolutely hideous just for the time being so that I can get this built. So that needs to go there. That needs to go there. Wait. There. And then that curves round and down a little bit, and then that curves round and down a little bit more. Oh! Look at that, guys. It works. It's pretty even as well. It rises up just high enough. Let's get out of underground view a second. Rises up just high enough to go over that bit of road. And then slowly dips down, curves around again, just passes over that one, and then rises up a little bit again to join up with that section there. That looks absolutely perfect, guys. That looks absolutely fantastic. So now, where have we gone? Over here. I need to put the tram tracks, etc. back in. So that to there, that to there. That will go through to there. This one will fly over like so. Hopefully these junctions look okay and acceptable. Bit of a tight squeeze there, but overall it looks fine. And then again a bit of a tight squeeze there, but overall looks fine. Brilliant. Now the last piece of the puzzle is, let's see, that's the return there. Fine. So now it's about getting these tracks to where they should be. So it's like that, and then it's down to there, up to like that, and then round. Oh, that is very close. That is very close. You can just see where it cuts into the top of the tunnel there. So if I can just avoid that. There we go. Again, we're going to have some tight curves, but the trams are empty at this point, so once again it shouldn't be that much of an issue. So here to that side, there to that side. So the left hand side here goes into that track there, and that track there. The right hand side here goes into that track there, and that track there. Fantastic, guys. That is absolutely brilliant. This is going to look fantastic when it's finished. We're going to have so many more vehicles that now can run through here because of all this rebuilding that I've been doing. Right now it's chaos and a mess, and we've got horrible track undulations like the monorail system here, but it will be worth it in the grand scheme of things, because actually, once again, I said this in the last episode, but again this was a part that perhaps didn't make the cut because of the errors, but this view here along this street is becoming one of my... This is the Piccadilly Circus of this city now, really, when you look at it. It has quite a nice view to it. It looks okay, doesn't it? It looks very nice, actually. Okay is a bit of an understatement. It looks more than okay. It looks fantastic. So now it's just about getting these tracks sorted out again, so that they look all nice. In fact, we want one loading station, and then all the rest are unloading. So this, I fear, I've built in the wrong place, unless we have that as... In fact, no, I liked how it was. Let's do that again. So unloading is going to be all the way down here. To replace that with 4-track again, I think. In fact, have I done it wrong or have I done it right? I think I did it right. Oh god, this is tricky. This is very tricky. Because unless all of these are loading, in which case this section here is obsolete. And how it was just now is fine. It's like that, and then that one ducks in to go to there, and then that one ducks in to go to there. Did I just build some tracks underground by mistake? No, I don't think I did. And then that one ducks in, and so on. Yeah. These could all be loading. That's fine. In which case, that's double track, which is fine. That I will leave like that for now, in case I do decide to put another track in, but for now, should be okay. Right, this episode has gone on for far too long, guys. I specifically said that I wouldn't make these episodes long, and yet here we are with a long episode. So, I'm going to go about rerouting, or putting in all these routes again, in the next episode. In fact, no, sorry, between episodes, I'm going to go ahead and do all of that. And then when we come back in the next episode, I'll show you what the new system is and how it operates. The one last thing that's bugging me is this unloading bay here. I'm very, very tempted to move it to there. The only problem I have with that is the distance looked very short. So I have left it there for now, but I can't see it staying there for long. I think it will get moved in time. Yeah, we'll worry about that next time, guys. So yes, until then, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and until next time, I will see you soon.